All right, so here we are. We're at the tail end of this job we're doing for the police station. So this is going to be the police headquarters, and we're right here on Fowler Street. We're taking down, this was like a shopping center setup, and we're to the very tail end of this job, and we're about ready to take a load, and we're going to go up. This is going through Fort Myers. We just came over the Caloosahatchee River, and what we're doing is we're heading up to Zemmel. Zemmel is up in Charlotte County, and it is a place that takes construction debris, and it's $30 less per ton. So it's a big deal. It's a little bit further to get there. We're really not that far away from it because we're working in downtown Fort Myers, which is really not that far from where we're going. Right now we're going into the dump, and this is one of those situations where if you look at the dump, look up there on top of that hill. So when they have wind and you're up on the top of that hill and you have a dump trailer like we have on this one, the wind can very easily blow it over. So they basically told us that there was too much wind up on the mountain there. So we are taking this over to a different dump called Castlegate. Again, it's not as expensive, but the benefit to taking it to this dump is the way that they're not up on a hill, and they don't have the additional wind that you get when you have unobstructed wind. So you'll notice when we back up in here, this is one of many dumps that are around. We typically just go to the closest dump that's the most reasonable price. We're always very competitive with our pricing, so we got to be very careful about where we take stuff. So we're backing up right now. That's a bunch of mulch that they have right there. So they'll bring in a mulching machine, and they'll take all the landscaping stuff, the stumps and the coconuts and all the other stuff, the palm trees and just the regular debris, and they mulch it up and they let it ferment, and then they use it for mulch in people's yards. So you notice how bumpy it is in these places. You see the truck bumping around. You know, those trucks don't have the suspension that a car has. And again, this is not as risky for us to dump because it's at ground level. It's at sea level plus probably 10 or 15. So it's not very high up, and we're not going to get trapped up by the winds. Now you see the way they have the concrete stacked up around there, and that's all construction debris. So what we're going to do is we're going to back in here, and we're going to dump this load. This 65-yard dump is, when it goes up in the air, it's like 40 foot up in the air. So there's a significant risk that it could fall over. If it falls over, it will take the truck with it, and it'll ruin the truck. It'll damage the truck. So that is a I keep wanting to call it a 65-yard dumpster. It's really a 75-yard dump, and that means those normal dumpsters that you see in most places, the bigger dumpsters, they're 30-yarders. That one right next to that is a 30-yard dumpster. So this basically holds 2.5 dumpsters on each load. And then you flip the door back, and you notice the flaps for the tires are mounted to the door. You flap it back, and you put a chain on it, and then watch when you dump this thing. It goes so far up in the air, it's pretty impressive. And like I said, it would be really easy for the wind to blow it over, especially if the load is in there a little not perfectly centered on the truck. So we just don't want to take a chance with our equipment. We don't want to get anything broken. Making an extra trip to another dump is not something we really want to do. But for the rest of the day, they'll just bring the loads here. This is that trailer when we bought it new was about $100,000. Now you can buy them used for a lot less, but this kind of stuff, it just depends. This kind of stuff is so beneficial to have that buying something that's in very, very, very good condition is a really good idea because it lasts longer and you get more work out of it in less downtime. Look at how much debris comes out of that truck. Isn't that freaking mind-blowing? One truck, all that debris. So here we go, we're going to go back over the scale, and you see all those dumpsters there? Those dumpsters were probably accumulated during the hurricane, and then you know, they got all them trucks sitting, so that's a good example of what happens after the hurricane. They needed every single solitary one of those, and now they got all that equipment sitting. Same thing with the skid steers and everything. They used them during the hurricane cleanups. They have, those are walking floor trucks there to the left that are silver. And what that means is it's like a big old kind of a conveyor belt, and that's how they bring the dumpster out. So here's another one of our trucks at Castlegate, and that's got C&D in it as well, and they're going to go dump it. So that's one of our roll-off trucks. And that dumpster is a 30-yard dumpster, and he had to untarp it so that they could see. They have cameras up real high to see what's in it, because they don't want you to bring in things that they don't want to go in certain piles. And again, with all of that mulch around there, it really breaks the wind down, keeps the dust down, and it makes it a lot easier. And this is Alico Road. So coming from Zemmel all the way down to Castlegate is a significant distance. We are one of the, probably in the top 10, maybe even in the top 5. We do a lot. So between our dump trailers, you know, we take 20, 30 dump trailers to the dump every day, and then we take, you know, we normally run in 2 to 3 jobs. We're running 20 to 30 30-yarders or 20-yarders, or this dump, or our other rock dump to the dump every day. So we have been able to get some pretty good pricing on our dump fees. So here we are heading out and heading back to the job. There's quite a few dumps in that area. Some of these guys, you know, they notice that we haven't been coming for a while. They call us up and they give us a better price, and then we go there. We're loyal to the people who want to give us the best pricing, because dumping stuff's dumping stuff. It's nothing more than that. So it's Remove It Pro's Demolition. Thanks for watching our trip to the dump, and that's it. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe and leave us a like.